And welcome to the Nexus for this quick video of a rundown on how we operate the Megazord and the remote. So let's get going. Okay, so basically in my last video we didn't charge the head on our Megazord, and we didn't go through the instructions of our remote control as well, so I'm going to actually do that today. Now in the magazine, in the French magazine, at the back here, so on the French magazines, here we had a little instruction on how we use the remote and how to charge the head. Obviously there's nothing there. Now that was in issue 4 when we got the actual charge cable and the remote. And obviously I've been through this magazine and in nowhere does it tell you how to do that. So I've done this little video and I'm going to tell you how to do it today. Now some of you might have already guessed it and stuff like that, but I know some people might not have. So we're going to run through it quickly here today. So let's take the camera to the desk and get going. Okay, so here's the charge cable. So my advice would be to charge before you start fiddling with this, basically. So once it's connected, you've got the charge cable here, and we're just going to plug it in. I'm going to turn off the light here for a minute so you can see what's going on. So when I plug it in, you know it's charging because the lights here, I'm going to turn off these other lights as well. So the lights here will dim, as you can see. Now that indicates that it is charging. You can see it going on and off like so, like that. So that indicates that the battery is charging, and it's good as well because you can tell that the lights work. So it's good shout. So my advice is to charge it up. Now I don't know, I think the lights, if I remember rightly, once it's fully charged, the lights here do not flicker. It stays on permanent. That's how you know it's fully charged. So I'm just going to take it out because I did fully charge it and I don't want to overcharge the battery. So around the back here, just turn on that light. So around the back here, we've got the on-off switch. So I'm going to hold. You don't click the on-off switch. So I'm going to click it to prove it. So if you just basically push it, nothing happens. Nothing. So what you need to do is hold it down. Once it's held down, there you go, it comes on. And once again, you have to hold it down to turn it off. So hold the on-off button on. Like that. And that indicates now that it is on. It also means you can actually have all the lights on as well without the remote control here. But that is how that works. So what about the remote control? So there's a few buttons on here that don't work at all. And that is 4, 5, 6, 19, 20 and 21. Don't do anything. They don't do a single thing. Okay, so the top layer of belts, buttons, I should say, is 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3 on the very top control everything, all your Megazords, all the Zords, all at once. So if you have them individually, basically you can control them on and off at the same time with the 3 buttons. Now we do, so basically the first button that we're going to push is that one. This turns it on. Number 2 makes them flicker, and 3 turns them off. So if I push number 3, it turns it off. If I push number 1, there we go, it turns it on. I thought it wasn't going to work there for a minute. And then number 2, and we put number 2 in like so, and it flickers. Now I'm going to tell you what the other buttons do, so we can stop that. So just by pushing 3, so you've got 1, and 3 turn it off. So 1 and then 2 flickers. Or you can just turn it off at the back. So what we're going to do is turn it off. Now remember, the RD sensor here is actually in this dome, so it's best if you point the remote forward facing. Okay, so we're going to run through the remote control now. So I'm hopefully that comes up okay. So 1, 2 and 3. 1 is obviously, as you saw, on. 3 is off. 2 flickers. Now that controls, these 3 buttons here control all of the Zords. So if you push them all, they'll all come on. All the lights on the Megazords or the Zords should come on all at once. So let's go through the others. 4, 5 and 6 do nothing. They do nothing. You can push these all day long. They don't do a thing. 7, 8 and 9 control the red Ranger or the T-Rex or this part just here. So I'm going to turn the light off again and we're going to push number 7. There we go. And obviously number 9 will turn it off. So turn it on again, number 7, and number 8 makes it flicker. So 4, 7, 8, 9. So what do the other ones do? So that is 7, 8 and 9. That controls our Red Ranger. Then I believe we got the Yellow Ranger here, which is 10, 11 and 12. Basically the same sort of features. I'll have to double check. I'm going to put it on screen. There's a screen grab here from Chris Collections that I was able to grab from his YouTube channel. And you can see the different colours here. So you've obviously got the Black Ranger. And I think that's at the bottom there. And then you've got the Blue Ranger as well. So I think what you have is 10, 11, 12 does the Yellow Ranger. And then 13, 14, 15 is the Black Ranger. And then 16, 17 and 18 is the Blue Ranger. And then obviously 19, 20 and 21 do nothing. So 4, 5, 6, 19, 20 and 21 do absolutely nothing on this controller. But the screen grab is on the screen. You can see it now. And it was just I didn't test it when I first built the head. But my advice is when you hook it all up and you finish building the sections like this, and obviously in the next couple of issues we'll finish building off. We'll finish the head of the saber-toothed tiger, Yellow Rangers Megazord, Zord, I should say. And we'll be able to test the lights that way. But my advice is to make sure you connect everything up, charge first, and then test. The best thing to do is to charge. So like I said, you know it's charging straight off when you connect the wire up here. And the lights glow on and off like that. They sort of dimmer. So you sort of know when it's going to be charged. Now, I don't know the longevity of the charge, so I don't know how long the charge lasts if you keep it on. It's a small battery, but it is rechargeable, which is good. But I don't know. I have to run a test, I think, to see how long the battery actually lasts with the lights on. I'll have to see how well it lights up. Obviously it stays lit as well. But it's looking good. I mean, there is light leakage around the sides there, as you can see, obviously when it's open like this. But most people will have the Megazord sort of tallied up like that. So, but as you can see, you can turn the lights off by the controller on the back here, by the little button. There we go. And obviously if you hold it down, so remember when you come to turn this on, hold the button down. It doesn't, if you click it, and it's difficult to show it, but I'm going to show it, try and show it. Hang on, like that's it. So if I click the button, nothing's happening. But if I hold it down, it comes on. So yeah, and it doesn't explain this in the magazine. Now in the French magazine it did. There was a little section on the back there, like I showed you on issue 4, which obviously went here. There was 13 pages instead of the 12, and it just basically showed you the control, how to charge it, and how and what the buttons actually did. Now, like I said, I did get a screen grab from Chris Collections. It's always worth checking out Chris over in France. He gets a lot of the stuff before anybody else, really. So it's worth checking him out. But it was just a quick video, just to show you. One, as I didn't show you in when I've done pack 2, is the lighting feature working on this. Now that is because it obviously didn't show you in the magazine, and I always do stuff, try to do stuff as per the magazine. But apart from that, I'm very happy with this. I'm hoping that the controls now, you can now, if you've received this pack 2 or anything, you can actually go ahead and do that, even if it doesn't tell you. It's fairly easy, straightforward to sort of operate once you know what you're doing. Like I said, it doesn't tell you in the magazine. I would imagine it will do it at some point in a later issue, maybe, or in an insert or something, but it doesn't tell you straight off. And I don't know if that's just Fanhome's fault or it's just been missed or what, I don't know. Fanhome are normally quite good, and they normally send out an extra little pamphlet or something just to explain it, but that might come later on. But yeah, fairly good. The charge cable works really well as well, and they're fairly easy to grab. Actually, it doesn't actually have to be that charge cable. I love the fact that you can actually charge these as well, so you're not interchanging all the batteries and stuff like that. Though it's worth noting that some of the guys in France had some trouble with the batteries over not charging and just not charging after time, and trouble charging. Obviously it doesn't, it does tell you when it's fully charged. Like I said, the lights stay continuously on, but I think there may be an instance where you could overcharge the battery, which will obviously damage it, like that. And I think as well, once it's fully charged, obviously the lights stay on, but also I think if you disconnect it and then connect it straight back up again on a full charge, it still continues to charge, which means the battery could swell. But there was some spare batteries included in this pack, so that might be for that reason. But to be fair, once the battery is in here, so the battery in this, if you remember when we done the head, the battery is in this compartment down here, just under here. So in order to get to it, you'd actually have to well, you'd have to actually take the whole head apart. Literally the whole thing would have to come apart to get to the battery. But I'm happy that it works, and I'm happy that I've been able to work out what the controls do, and I'm hoping that my explanation and how it all works helps you guys as well. But anyway, look, hit us up, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I've been a Nexus, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you at the next video. Till then, see you later.
Tune into the channel, Nexus is the name. All the hottest content, you'll never be the same. Laughs and thrills, excitement,